So from Chicago to another great baseball city, St. Louis. Welcome to Busch Stadium, home of the Cardinals. They are in the wild card chase in the National League. The Nats are chasing first place. They're also chasing a wild card. Two good ball clubs get together, and look who's back with us. Mikey Morris, welcome, buddy. Been a while since Toronto. Great to have you back.
Yeah, Bob. Actually, longer than I thought. I felt like it was the other day, but you know, in baseball, it just keeps going.
All right, I got to ask you, because you've been on teams, every ball player has, that has suffered a really, really tough loss. It's a punch in the gut. It's getaway night. You think you're going to win a series. How do you bounce back from something like that, playing the very next day?
Yeah, you know, let's face it. From here on out, these games are very important, especially the series. The Nats need to win these series. From here on out, there's 44 games left. They have to take each game like it's their last. And yesterday, yeah, it was tough, especially with your ace on the mound. But you got to come back. We got to have a big game out of Malone today. He needs to just eat up some innings, do his thing. And not only was it a tough game, but it was a long flight here. Guys didn't get in until 12 o'clock at night.
All right, the tail of the tape between the two ball clubs. So they're 5.5 back. The Nats are 5.5 back. St. Louis closer in the wild card race. And, of course, they both have 44 games remaining. Max Scherzer, of course, will not pitch in this series in his hometown because he just did pitch last night. Cardinals are without a bunch of their starters. So let's talk about Tommy Malone. 3 times out. He's had the Nats in every game, and he's been pretty effective so far.
Yeah, my old teammate. You're not going to see a big power guy on the mound. He's 88. Good changeup. He just tries to mix it up, try to keep the hitters off balance. And, you know, these pitchers are kind of total opposites today, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Miles Michaelis, all-star caliber guy, 12 wins. He's been a real find for the Cardinals after pitching recently in Japan. So as far as the series goes, 2 good ball clubs getting together, and we've got Ryan Zimmerman. They don't have Ryan Zimmerman. And Matt Carpenter, they've got him, and these are a couple of guys. They've both played third base. They've both played first base. Carpenter's moved all over the place. 2 outstanding hitters, and Ryan gets player of the week.
Yeah, we're seeing the old Ryan Zimmerman right here. This is the guy that I played with, and we all know him as the big power bat. And he's having such a great couple weeks now. He's a guy that could carry this team. And you throw in another guy like Murphy, who has great success against the Cardinals. These 2 guys right here are going to be big spots in the lineup.
So Ryan got it started on the homestand. Carpenter had an unbelievable month of July. Leads the National League with 32 homers. So we got a couple of sluggers, and they got some talent around them as well. A split 6 ball games, each one 2 of 3 in its own ballpark. St. Louis at home 29-26. Nats on the road are 30-30. Let's talk about the bullpen, because it's kind of like the middle of your lineup. You can lose a couple of guys and get away with it for a while, but when the back end of your bullpen is without the star closers, it will catch up with you after a while. So some of the recent numbers indicating that. Davey Martinez, Dan, putting together things on a day-by-day basis. And last night a rough one, but time to turn the page and look to the bullpen to do good things here.
I hope that's the case, Bob. This bullpen has turned over a lot, really, in just the last month. When you talk about Sean Doolittle and Kelvin Herrera now on the disabled list, and 2 guys gone in trades in Brandon Kinsler and Sean Kelly. So that pushes guys up the depth chart, so to speak, and puts guys like Ryan Madson, Coda Glover, and others in higher leverage spots. And it puts Ryan Madson in a situation last night where he's asked to close the game, and after that loss in Chicago, Madson revealing to reporters that he had a back issue recently that kind of sends pain down his right leg. Davey didn't learn about this ailment until after the game yesterday. Said he was very surprised by it, understands Madson was just trying to pitch through an injury, but wishes that Madson had told him that he was dealing with this discomfort. I asked Davey if Madson still would be his closer if there was a situation today. He said matchups would lead to maybe Coda Glover getting a chance down the road, but he said if Madson's available, he'll probably be the guy. Madson saying that he feels anti-inflammatories and some treatment can keep him in a position where he can pitch. So we'll see how things work out in the late innings in this series, Bob. But obviously guys like Glover, Matt Grace, others needing to pitch in higher leverage spots than they did a week or so or a month or so ago.
Yeah, it's also possible Justin Miller could see some late action tonight. So how deep can Tommy Malone go into the ballgame? The Nats are 2-1 in his 3 starts. So far, 18 innings, 19 strikeouts. He hasn't walked anybody. Don't want to jinx him, but you've got to bring up a great number like that. PNC Bank. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day. Downtown St. Louis, Busch Stadium. This ballpark opened up in 2006. Capacity 44,494 and a bunch of empty seats. They haven't been playing that great. The Cardinals just did go on a road trip to Miami and Kansas City, and they dominated those ball clubs. Clear skies, 85 degrees. Humidity doesn't seem to be as bad as it was during the day today, and we're waiting for St. Louis to take the field for a scheduled 7:10 Central start. There he is, Matt Carpenter. 13 anything but unlucky for him this year. Right now he's first in the league in homers. He's second in doubles, first in extra base hits. So since the dawn of July, both of these ball clubs have come alive offensively. Nationals Cardinals 1 and 2 in the first 3 categories, and then 1 and 3 in categories number 4 and 5. So the Nationals are hitting 250, 7th in the league, 5th in runs. St. Louis at 251. Daniel Murphy, last 3 games. Yeah, Murph's on some kind of roll. He's 7 out of 12, did that at Wrigley Field. He's hit .394 over the last month with an on-base percentage of .437. Cardinal right-hander on the mound, but Ryan Zimmerman, you can't sit down the player of the week when he hit .476 a week ago. So that's the lineup that'll try to solve Miles Michaelis, who's 12-3 on the year with the league's 4th best ERA and the league's best 2nd ERA at home, Mike. So what do we expect to see from him?
Yeah, Bob, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, uses that a lot. He doesn't make too many mistakes. He really executes his pitches. I'm going to go ahead and say he doesn't wipe off Molina. Yadi's the kind of guy that knows what he wants, and I think this guy just executes. That's his big part of his game. He has a slider, throws at 88. It's very hard. Got a nice, really hard, sharp slider, and then he's got a big curveball that he likes to kind of just get that first strike in a bat. So it's kind of something he just shows to get that strike. Maybe if a batter he thinks is sitting on a fastball, 0-0 count or something, and then he has a changeup that he mixes in with that fastball. So he kind of uses everything. But like I said, he throws 94, so you got to just respect that.
Michaelis, 29 years of age, pitched in Japan for the last several years before St. Louis signed him. Then he finds himself an all-star. St. Louis is the worst defensive team in all of baseball. They've made 91 errors in 118 games, and in fact they've kind of tightened it up recently. They've got the great Molina behind the plate. Harrison Bader can really run, and it might be unusual to see Marcell Ozuna playing left field. He's had some shoulder issues, the ex-Marlin. So there's Molina, who runs this ball club, and the Nats in St. Louis for the opener of a very important for both teams 4-game series. So Washington 7th in the league in hitting, 5th in runs, 5th in home runs, and 2nd in stolen bases. Bryce in the number 3 spot. First up, it's Adam Eaton, and he's the only guy in the starting lineup, in fact on the entire roster, that has faced Michaelis in a regular season game. He's 1 for 1. So Adam steps in, and he goes first pitch fastball. We are underway at 8:12 Eastern time.
Yeah, very easy arm action. Just very easy, smooth, calm. Boom, 94 comes out.
There's that breaking ball. It's inside. Very shallow on the third base side. Jed Jerko. And the breaking ball, and Yadier Molina did a little double take before throwing it back to the umpire. I think he thought they had strike 2.
Yeah, he rarely throws that curveball for a ball. So I think it just caught Yadi off guard right there, because his curveball is pretty much 12-6, and he gets it over just for a strike.
And then the fastball up. Adam Eaton doesn't walk a ton, 19 times all year. 193 official at bats. And on the check swing, the count goes full.
It seems like the umpire behind the dish, Mark Carlson, is kind of showing us right now that he's establishing that he's not going to call the high pitch, because a couple of those pitches were pretty close.
20-year veteran, the crew chief, has the plate tonight, Carlson. Adam Eaton rips one foul into the right field corner. Tried to wait long enough. He's had some pretty decent success career against St. Louis as a Chicago and a Washington player. 9 for 27 with 5 runs batted in.
He went old school today in BP, had his bat taped up, the barrel taped up like they used to do back in the day, so you didn't break your bat with the grains, but he ended up breaking it anyway.
Yeah, he broke it into 2 pieces, gave the handle to a fan and said, I hope you're not going to the airport. You'll never get that through security.
Yeah.
So he's got a good battle here. He's seeing a lot of pitches. His teammates are seeing a few. Adam on base percentage at .379. And this one pretty well hit out to left center, but it's in the air for a while. Easy grab to his left for Marcell Ozuna. Hard to ask for more other than a base hit from your leadoff guy when he sees 8 pitches from the starter. Trey Turner has 129 hits, 6th most in the National League. He's going to rip one to left, and Ozuna is there for that one. A 1-pitch out, 2 down.
Ozuna gets one more right here, he's going to tie the record.
Well, let's see if Bryce can hit one somewhere else and maybe find some turf. 28 homers, 71 RBIs. Harper in at 236. There's that first pitch curve.
It's pretty nasty. It's got a lot of bite to it. Real 12-6 right off the table. And he throws it right there. It's more Yachty. Yachty kind of has a feeling, hey, you know what? He might be geared up for the fastball. I'm going to mix it up.
And that time, Mark Carlson gives Michaelis the fastball up in the zone a bit.
Yeah,
Pitch cast is going to show a little generous here.
That was questionable.
Wow. Cardinals don't shift much. There's our old friend Mike Maddox. And the new skipper Mike Schilt right next to him. Had a chance to spend about 10 minutes with Mike this morning. He was so looking forward to seeing the guys and matching wits with the ex-Cardinal pitching coach Derek Lilliquist on the other side. So maybe strike 2 made Bryce swing at something he didn't like. He throws his helmet, and the Nats go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. .251, 6th in the league. Their 8th in runs. There's Stan Musial's statue over on the third base side. And they're 4th in homers with 148, and that's 141. Jose Martinez starting to rake a bit. Last 3 games, 6 for 12. And he's 7 for 16 on a 4-game hitting streak. So he's behind Molina and in front of Osuna. Story of this lineup right now is Matt Carpenter, who's 2 for 6 career against Tommy Malone. Hey, Tommy has started 2 games in his career, and he's beaten the Cardinals twice.
How about that?
Here's Carpenter hitting .277. On base average is .389. That's a hit if it stays fair, and it will.
Wow.
The guy who leads the National League in homers bunts like a true leadoff guy to start the bottom of the first. Nationals have the fewest errors in all of baseball. Soto, Harper, Eaton. Trey up the middle with Daniel Murphy, Rendon, Zimmerman at the corners, and Matt Wieters behind the plate. Anthony Rendon, good to see him back in the lineup after getting hit on the hand in Chicago.
One of my favorite players. Never count Anthony out.
Yadier Molina, and he showed bunt on the first pitch. Rendon's like, hey, I wasn't hurt that bad. Why are you guys testing me?
Something told me that Yadi was going to do that. Tell you what, it shows you that the field, the grounds crew, really makes this field very flat. There was no, usually sometimes they'll put a little hill there so the ball kind of, if it's almost foul, it goes fair.
Yeah.
That was straight as an arrow.
You're right, it never did anything. 2-0 to Molina. .220 career against the Nats. But the timing of his hits gives you the impression that he's hitting a lot higher than that over the years against Washington pitching. He has driven in 38 runs. 1 for 6 against Malone, who checks Carpenter. Cardinals don't run a lot, 46 steals, 10th in the league. Matt Carpenter just 1 for 2.
So if you're the next team that comes in here to play, and your notes you're getting that says Carpenter's crushing the ball, hitting homers. Oh yeah, by the way, he'll bunt for a hit.
Yeah, then what do you do?
What are you doing with your third baseman?
You know, the way Matt Carpenter's going, he can bunt for 4 singles tonight if it doesn't produce any runs.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yadier Molina, the master of going the other way. This might be interesting to some of you folks out there. For catchers in the history of baseball, 35 years and older, he's setting a record tonight, starting his 21st consecutive game. And there's a swinging bunt. Looking at his teammates and smiling. And the 2 St. Louis hits have gone a combined maybe 110 feet.
I don't think I've ever seen him run that hard. He smelt that. He smelt that hit right there. He went full speed.
Anthony Rendon did well to make it close. 2 on, nobody out for Jose Martinez.
There's a different gear you get to. If you hit a ground ball like that and you just have it and you put your head up and you kind of see the third baseman's back, there's a different gear you get into that you're smelling a hit and you're just all out. And that was Yadi right there. That's Yadi running right there is everything he's got right there.
There's 30-year-old Jose Martinez. Fastball in there from Malone. This guy was in the minor leagues for 10 years. He played independent ball in Rockford, Illinois. Finally got a big league call-up in 16, just 12 games, and then last year he came up and hit .309 in 106 games. Daniel Murphy trying to keep Carpenter honest at second base. One. Perfect pitch. Outer edge. Strike 2.
Yeah, Tommy needs to be careful right here.
Saw Ryan Zimmerman way off the bag, 30 to 40 feet on the first base side. turned one over on him and got the strikeout. A pitch where maybe you're hoping for a ground ball, then you get the swing and the miss.
Yeah, that's the best thing that could happen is a ground ball don't play, yes. But the second best thing is to get this guy, their number 3 hitter, to strike out, which he did on a beautiful, looks like changeup that was in the dirt. Pitch before, fastball, got that corner for a strike right there, turned it over, got him out in front. Perfect execution right there to get that first out.
So here's the former Marlin, Marcelo Zuna. And a base hit to left. Carpenter will score easily. Soto throws back into second where Molina was backtracking. And on 3 hits, St. Louis leads 1-0. That's Marcelo Zuna's 63rd RBI.
Yeah, he was up there. He wasn't up there waiting. He got a good pitch and hit it right where it was placed.
I wonder if Juan Soto just assumed Molina was going to third. Yachty doesn't run fast. And then Molina had to scramble back when he saw the throw coming into second. Soto's intent was to keep the double play in order. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's Paul DeYoung.
Yeah, I played with Ozuna with the Marlins in 15, and I really saw him blossom into the player he is today. He's got superstar talent. He's a 5-tool player, and he's starting to learn the game and understand it more.
Yeah, a bit of a power outage until about 2 weeks ago. That ball shallow left center. Soto on the way. 2 outs. Next up, the third baseman, Jed Jerko. Some of the folks in our Masson footprint over in Morgantown remember this guy. University High School. 3-time All-Stater there. Then he went on to the Mountaineers and hit .404 as their all-time career leader in batting average. 6th year in the big leagues now, and already his 3rd year in St. Louis after the trade from San Diego.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like you said, 6 years in the big leagues, and I remember him as playing for San Diego his whole career. And he's about half and half now.
Yeah, it's interesting. They signed him to a 6-year deal for a lot of money. After he had 23 homers and 63 batted in his first year. Then a year and a half later, they traded him. John Jay went to San Diego in that deal.
Yeah, I don't think San Diego knew at the time what they were doing. So they were getting rid of guys, getting guys, and trying to put something together like a puzzle.
Yeah, it was kind of odd because they signed him to that long-term deal, supposedly to send a message to their fans that, hey, we're going to reward our young players and build for the future. And after hitting .210 and .247, he was gone. So Tommy Malone trying to recover here. Trying to strand 2 St. Louis runners, bottom of the first. Phillies are not playing tonight. Braves are. Mike Fultonevich at home against Merandy Gonzalez of the Marlins. And they've already beaten him today. That ball gets away. Wieters can't find it. That hit the batter anyway. That's why he couldn't find it and didn't scramble. Got Jerko in the foot, and the bases are loaded. The first inning on the road that Davey Martinez wanted after the heartbreaker last night.
7 batters in. 40 or 16 pitches.
And a ball ripped but hooking. Yeah, the Braves won 9-1 this afternoon, and now they're up on the Marlins 2-0 tonight, trying to sweep a doubleheader.
As a hitter, when you're facing a guy like Malone, you know he's not going to throw anything overpowering. So early in the account, you're trying to get that fastball. And it doesn't have to be a perfect pitch, it just has to be close, because 88, you can pretty much hit it. So a guy like Malone tries to mix up that changeup to keep the hitters off balance. And that's his pretty much game plan for every batter. It's just to keep him off balance, make that changeup seem like a fastball coming out of his hand, and just miss barrels. He's not a strikeout pitcher. He just tries to miss the barrel.
1-1, and it's in the air to right. Murphy out, Eaton in, Adam has it. And that's it. Damage limited. Anthony Rendon's turned to head Soto, and then you get to see the National League Player of the Week. We go back to his first at-bat in the Chicago series in the first inning, and Kyle Hendricks got him on the hand. Obviously, Anthony in tons of pain. He would have 3 more at-bats on Friday before sitting out Saturday's game and then most of last night's game. He did come in the 9th inning for defense last night, so we'll see his first at-bat since Friday.
Yeah, you could hear that. You could hear it hit his hand. That hurt.
Top of the second, Rendon, Soto, Zimmerman. So good job by Tommy Malone to get out of that long inning with only 1 run.
What makes it hurt so much in the hand is that your hand gets sandwiched from the bat and the ball. There's nowhere for it to go.
Michaelis, 13 pitches, 9 strikes. First inning, ball 1. His ERA in this ballpark is 2.01. Only Jacob deGrom has a lower home ERA. deGrom at a ridiculous 1.60 at Citi Field. Tough matchup, and the Nats down by a run. And he goes with a 2-0 breaking ball for a strike.
Works fast. Gets on that mound and goes.
Right over the reach of Tim Bogar, who really wanted nothing to do with that line drive. Michaelis, 99 strikeouts, 29 walks in 145 innings. There's that breaking ball, and Anthony Rendon did a great job of waiting for it. Bader, who's really fast, over to the gap to cut it off, and the Nats have their first base hit.
Yeah, I just got a text from FP that says there goes the no-hitter.
Well, that was fast.
Beautiful swing. And just your normal everyday Rendon. You're going to throw it middle away. I'm going to hit it middle away.
Yeah, perfect job of taking the pitch right where it was going. Juan Soto sees the St. Louis Cardinals for the first time. And there's that first pitch breaking ball that kind of drops right off the table. Juan's been on base 13 games in a row. Batting average under 300 for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, this guy, it's unusual for us to see this guy hit under 300.
Consistency. One of the amazing things about the first 73 games of his big league career. 254 at bats so far. So he's trying to lay one down. Molina makes the call and throws a bullet that was almost into Soto's body, but Matt Carpenter grabbed it. He was bunting for a hit, but they'll give him a sacrifice.
That was just good all-around baseball right there. It was a good bunt. Not a lot of catchers can just jump out like that and get it and throw a missile to first base. And a lot of times the first baseman can't catch that. There's too much going on that he kind of gets in the way, but it was just a good play overall by everybody. And you know, Soto, I'm saying 8 out of 10 times he gets a base hit.
That was well played by the Gold Glover, the Platinum Glover, Molina. So here he is, the National League Player of the Week. First base open. Down on a pitch away, Ryan Zimmerman will hit a towering fly ball foul. Last week he hit .476. 3 homers, 12 RBIs. Listen to these numbers. Slugging percentage, 1.048. The league leader's Matt Carpenter at .591. His OPS was 1.586, which is about 600 points above the best in the league. So, our league leaders. When you're talking cards, you're talking Coons. There he is. 6 extra base hits. And O'Brien's 42 hits this year, 20 have gone extra bases.
Yeah, that's the Zim I know. I'm used to this guy. I'm used to what you're hearing right now. That's just the normal Zim I know. But yeah, we all get older. Yeah, the game gets a little tougher.
Injuries get in the way.
Injuries. We all get kids. Hard to sleep at night. But
well,
I can just tell.
There's some pitchers losing sleep right now because of this guy.
Oh yeah, I can just tell by his stance, by the way his swagger up there. And Zim doesn't say much, but I could just tell by his body movement, by the way he took that the way he hit that first pitch.
Well, he jacks this one to left, hooking away from Osuna. It's going to one-hop the wall. Rendon scores easily, and Ryan Zimmerman's first at bat this week is a dandy. RBI number 35, and this game is tied.
That was a beautiful piece of hitting by Zim right there. Fastball in, he tucks his hands in, gets really tight, tucks his hands in and puts the barrel on the ball. Very beautiful. The thing is that guys like me, guys like Zim, we hold our hands away from our body. So a lot of pitchers think, oh, I can bust them in, I can bust them in, I can get in there. But Zim just showed him right there that you can't get in there. I'm gonna get short. I'm gonna get small guy on you and really put that barrel on the ball and line drive RBI.
Here's what Murphy's been doing lately too. That ball hit behind Zimmerman. He'll hustle to third. Play made by DeYoung. And by the way, the exit velocity on Ryan Zimmerman's double with his hands pulled in, 108 miles an hour. Down to the number 8 hitter, Matt Wieters. Good answer by the Nats after that long bottom of the first for St. Louis.
Yeah, I read a stat earlier saying how Zim He's one of the leaders in hardest balls hit.
Matt Wieters is 7 for his last 21.
I think it's exit velocity, I should say.
Yeah, there's all kind of different terms. So Matt's batting average sitting at $198 around this time last week. Now, 216.
Yeah, I got to play with Wieters with the Orioles. The little time I had there. A little fun time. Really cool cat.
Yeah, Matt Wieters started the second game of the doubleheader 1 week ago today, and he was hitting 197. Harrison Bader chasing that one down. Things happening quickly. Pitchers throwing strikes, hitters on the attack, and Ryan Zimmerman ties it.
Nationals could have had a series win over the Cubs yesterday, taking a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the 9th inning at Wrigley Field. Instead, at the other end of a walk-off loss. I asked Davey Martinez earlier on today how, as a team, you try and bounce back from a tough defeat like that. And he said the key is to continue to stay positive. The way Davey looks at it is we played 3 really good games in Chicago. Unfortunately, from the Nats' perspective, he said, we only won 1 of the 3, but we're playing really well. We've got to keep going. Davey is always going to stay positive. We've learned that over the first 4+ months of the season. He said we have to stay positive. Keep playing the way you're playing, and we'll start winning those games, guys.
Well, based on what Atlanta's doing tonight, this is kind of a big game, maybe a little bigger than it was out of last night. Braves have won a ball game today. They're ahead in another. There's a breaking ball to Colton Wong, and the bottom of the second is underway. Cardinals second baseman 0 for 3 career against Tommy. 19 pitches, 12 strikes first inning. 1-1.
Yeah, being positive is such a big part in this game. This game is, it's 90% mental, 10% physical, if that.
I'm amazed by the guy. Around the cage today, you wouldn't have known whether the Nats won or lost last night. The hard thing about baseball, but also the beauty of it, there's tomorrow until they tell you the game season's over and it's time to go home. So trying to make the most of these last 44 ball games.
Yeah, and these are 2 teams right here that have winning in their blood. That's all they know.
Pretty good job by Malone of getting Wong to elevate on a 3-1 count. In danger there, putting the number 8 man on ahead of the pitcher. Now 1 out. So best winning percentage, Mikey, you did a nice cue up on this stat. Only the Dodgers have a higher winning percentage since the Nats' first championship year than the Nats and the Cardinals, the Yankees, and the Indians.
Yeah, these guys, they're used to being in it. Whether it's being in the front of their division or 1 or 2 games out, both teams being 5.5, they're not counting themselves out until, like you said, until they have to clean up their locker.
Miles Michaelis. That's his 6th base hit of the year. And it'll be his 2nd extra base hit. He already has a homer this season. And he gives the champ sign to his dugout. He's at 2nd with 1 out.
You know, it's hard to throw strikes as a pitcher. It's hard to throw a slider. It's hard to throw a curveball. And then it's hard to hit. Add all that up, and you got to hit too. That's why it's pretty impressive when you see pitchers put a good swing on the ball. And he right there has a good stance, and that was a great swing. And now Malone has to know, hey, I got to put that in my book. Next time it comes up, I gotta pitch to him like he's a hitter.
Tanner Roark has 8 hits this year. Max has 15. Fastball into Matt Carpenter, who on the first pitch of the bottom of the 1st bunted right down the 3rd base line for a hit.
Yeah, I bet my boy Anthony over there's thinking about that right now. He's pretty much playing right on the edge of the grass. Just in case, you never know.
Good looking curveball. Thing looked like a strike for a while. Rocket Mortgage breakdown here on Matt Carpenter. The 32 homers. By the way, he only has 65 RBIs because he bats up at the top of the lineup a lot, but slugging, the doubles, the total bases and the runs. Matt Carpenter having a big time year, and he was scuffling this 32-year-old hitter the first 2 months of the season. He had one of the best Julys of any hitter in all of baseball in recent years. Last 3 years in the big leagues, he's at 28, 21, and 23 home runs after they wanted him to consciously pull the ball more starting in 15. And he's really blossomed.
I love the fact that everybody asks him, what are you doing different? What's your secret? And he comes back and he says, listen, I don't know. This ain't me. This is not me. I don't know. But that's just, to me, that's just like a humble guy. He knows what he thinks he knows what he can do and was capable of. But he's just going out there playing. I know this guy, and he is just a grinder. And look what he's doing. It's great for the Cardinals.
3-1 pitch. And he takes the walk. He has an on-base percentage of over .390 now, and he's 5th in the league with 75 walks. All right, get ready for this one. Jason Worth Appreciation Day. It's going to be at Nationals Park Saturday, the 8th of September. Nats Cubs get to the ballpark early. We will induct Jason into the Nationals Ring of Honor. It didn't take long, and it shouldn't take long. Well done by the Nats to get this done and get it done early. Visit Nationals.com to check it out. Plus, you get to see the Nats and the Cubs.
I might have to take a trip down that day. Come see my old pal. Shed a tear or two.
You know, he'll be there if he's not playing in a semi-pro game that night and launching home runs down the left field line.
You know,
see if Jason will take a night off.
I still
to come and join us.
I still get the little email from Rochi about that. Hey man, you want to come play? I can't do it.
Now you take care of yourself, buddy. After that collision you had in San Francisco, you take care.
Yeah.
From the neck up, and we want you to live a long and happy life with that wonderful young family of yours.
I appreciate it, Bob.
Our fans, I think on the likability list, you're right up at the top of anybody we've ever had in our uniform.
Besides you and FP, of course.
Well, he played for other people. I never played beyond high school, but I can never hear that song on the radio without thinking about you walking up to hit. Bouncing ball left side. Rendon, Murphy, and a 5-4-3 double play. Boy, you say nice things about Michael Morse in the other innings. over. Here we go, top three, and Malone will lead off, and he can hack a little. Michael Morse, the bases are loaded. It's gone, right? The umpires did not get it right. Confusion reigned on the bases. Mikey was already at second base, had to retreat. He gets tagged out, and then finally the umpires review it. It's a grand slam, but they're going to send you back to home plate. Yachty tells you to swing. By the way, your old buddy Kyle Loesch was on the mound. He played along. Take us through the rest.
Yeah, I was exhausted running around all these bases, going back and forth and stuff. But when the whole thing, after the whole thing happened, when I got to home plate, Yachty goes, "Hey, Mikey, I bet you won't swing here." And I said, "Yachty, you must not know me very well." And so I told him, I said, "Ghost runners on base." I did the swing. I kind of gave Loesch a look. He kind of did a little throw. It was great. It was just fun. It was an actual. It was actually really fun, and I actually got a Gibby. I won a Gibby award at the end of the season for the most awkward moment.
Awkward
in sports.
I tell you what, take awkward anytime. University of Maryland University College with a moment in Nationals history. I got to be honest with you. I can't call it the best Grand Slam in the history of the Nats because Michael A. Taylor's at Wrigley Field last year goes in that category, but it was the most fun home run / Grand Slam I've ever seen at the big league level.
Yeah, it'll never happen again for a number of reasons. One, because that year, that's when they started doing instant replay. So that whole kind of thing that happened, I don't think it'll ever happen again. And the fact that I went to every base and I was scared to mess anything up, so I didn't want to cut across the field.
Right.
I didn't want the umpire to say, "Hey, you cut across the field, you're out." I don't know. I don't know every rule. So I went to second, and he said, "No, Mike, I think you're at first." Then the other umpire told me, No, you're not at first. I think you're at home because Zimmerman's here or LaRoche." I was like, "All right, listen, I don't know. I'm just going with the flow."
Corey Blazer, Chris Guccione, Jeff Nelson, and Bill Welke, the crew that day.
And I'll remember to this day, Nelson was just laughing. I couldn't even talk to him. I couldn't even ask him a question. He was just laughing about the whole thing.
Boy, and thanks to Tommy Malone for a nice at bat here so Mikey can relive some history with us. Tommy hanging tough. 6 pitches already to start the top of the third in a 1-1 game.
You know,
Mercedes-Benz on the pitch cast.
You know,
we know what he did the first
yeah.
time he ever swung a bat. Look at this.
I'm telling you, a homer.
Put it into the right field bullpen at Nationals Park. As a hitter career, he's 7 for 40 with that homer and 7 runs batted in. He's going to hit one fair that'll hang up in short left center. That Bader kid can cover some ground. I think he might have been looking for a little more help from Marcell Ozuna than he got, because that ball was tailing back to the left fielder.
Yeah, Marcell was all over that. That could have been an easy little can of corn for Marcell, but I don't know if he must have been yelling out there for it or something. But also, we're in the tweener stage right now with the sky. Yeah.
7:55 local time here.
What a view.
And the sun's supposed to set in 1 minute, so there you go.
What a view we got up here, huh? Jeez, it's like a postcard.
Yeah, the beautiful Gateway Arch. Gateway to the west, this town on the west banks of the Mississippi. And the 1-0. Adam Eaton takes another, and it's ball 2. He had an 8-pitch at bat first time. There are folks up there watching us from 630 feet above ground level. Adam Eaton trying to drop one into left center, and that one really hung up for Bader. 2 down here in the 3rd.
Adams had some good at-bats. Seen a lot of pitches in the last his two at-bats.
And Trey Turner swung at the first pitch first time and lined out hard to Ozuna in left. Trying to get Bryce Harper in the box. Top of the 3rd of this tie game. Let's go inside the numbers presented by PNC Bank. Make today the day. When the Nats win, Trey is all over it. In the losses, the other teams usually win because they've kept him off base. Sounded like he broke his bat. And for Michaelis, a 1-2-3, top of the 3rd. Concert August 23rd in support of strikeout slavery. Don't miss out following the Nats Phillies. It's a 105 game that day. Stick around. Nick Jonas performance and support a great cause. Learn more about strikeout slavery and check out tickets at nationals.com. Curly W's in the house in St. Louis. Martinez, Ozuna, DeYoung. Maybe next time. Bottom of the 3rd. I know he had to get 2 outs later in the inning, but Tommy Milone's strikeout of Martinez, probably his biggest of the game so far. They had 2 on, nobody out, and he dropped a changeup into the dirt to strike this power hitter out. And Tommy just threw his 35th pitch, 20 strikes so far.
Yeah, you're not that far off when you say Martinez. That was a huge at bat. With the swinging bunt, the bunt, it didn't look good early.
Yeah, that could have been a 3 or a 4 spot.
But getting this guy out was huge.
1-1 pitch. Way outside from Tommy Milone. 46-37 is Tommy's career record. 130th start tonight and his 150th game overall in the big leagues. He's come full circle from the Nats back to the Nats.
Call that a journeyman.
Yeah, keeping the ball away from Martinez here. Nats took him in the 10th round of the 2008 draft. Hot shot. Murphy got a piece of it, knocked it down, running it down to keep Martinez at first, and he will. That'd be a base hit all the way.
Tough play. Tough play. Ball hit hard, man. Ball was hit really hard.
Yeah, one of those in-between hops. And you played a lot of middle infield early in your career. Came up as a shortstop. Toughest hop of all those in-between ones?
Yeah, it's tough, especially when you kind of have a better idea when it's your home field, what kind of how the dirt, how the clay's going to play. But it's always a little harder, that little tweener, when you're on the road.
Here's Ozuna, who pulled it first time. He's going to go right field this time. He hits it well. Adam Eaton is there, and 2 steps in front of the bullpen takes it. Pretty good base running play by Martinez to identify the out and get to second base.
Yeah, big guy. He's got some wheels.
A lot of guys will just go halfway on that one or beyond and then head back, but he was reading Adam Eaton and gets his team an extra 90 feet.
Yeah, that's knowing the arm you got out there and right. And you got to be almost 100% sure that you're going to make it, because the last thing you want to do is get doubled up.
There's Paul DeYoung, the shortstop, hit a fly ball to Soto, left field first time. Perfect pitch, outer edge, 1-1. Nissan pitch cast.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch. As a hitter, you can't really do much with that. And if that's getting called a strike, it's hard. It's tough to cover that.
Yeah, maybe good pitch, perfect call.
Yeah.
And then out to right field this time. So Milone did not let Ozuna pull him again. You know Martinez is going to third on that one, so Adam Eaton throws it into Ryan Zimmerman, 2 down. Nets upcoming schedule presented by Sandy Spring Bank, where they help people and businesses reach their goals every day. Sandy Spring Bank, from here for here, for 150 years. So tomorrow night it's Gio against right-hander John Gant. Jeremy Hellickson against lefty Austin Gomber on Wednesday. An hour earlier for Tanner Roark, trying to make it 5 gems in a row against Jack Flaherty Thursday evening. Jed Jerko hit by a pitch first time on a breaking ball that dove down and got him in the foot. Maybe a little run back on that one. Inning started with a Martinez base hit. Hard hit, but Murphy playing that way. That ball changed direction slightly on Daniel. He was reaching to his right. So here comes Bryce. Here come the middle innings. Harper, Rendon, and Soto. 1-1. To you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. The mighty Mississippi. And Busch Stadium just beyond the left leg of the arch there. And we go to the top of the fourth inning. Bryce Harper, Anthony Rendon, Juan Soto. 42 pitches, 28 strikes for Michaelis through 3. Tommy Malone's at 46 over 26. Struck out Bryce first time. There was a strike 2 call in that at bat on a fastball. There was about 2 baseballs above the top of the zone, and it put Bryce in a very defensive position for the rest of the AB. Target in, thus the inside out swing.
That's that off-speed pitch right there, just to keep him honest. He likes to establish that first pitch strike with that off-speed.
Another breaking ball, and Bryce out ahead of it. Harper career against St. Louis, 280 coming in, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. Interesting, Bryce has been a hit collector lately. Last 16 ball games, 9 of them he's had 2 hits or more. His next threshold to get by is the 240 mark. StatCast AI powered by AWS, no shift, even though Bryce pulls a lot. And that might tell you that Michaelis wants to keep the ball away from him, which he just did. The new St. Louis manager, Mike Schilt, never played professional baseball. He's a big student of the game, and I've been told he buys into some of the analytics, but a lot of it's the old eye test as well. He just wants to take a look at things and see how it is out there, make his decisions based on that, who's pitching, who's hitting. There he is. A lot of years in the organization and now managing for the first time at the big league level.
Yeah, a guy like Bryce is, over the years, he hits the ball hard to all the parts of the field. So I kind of feel like he's an old school manager in a way. He likes to hear, maybe they come with him with the shift reports and all this, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, you know, the manager kind of makes up his mind if he wants to do it or not. And a guy like this, he could spray it anywhere.
And Bryce, an adjustment to wait for the off speed and fouled it back.
I wouldn't shift Bryce. If I was a manager against him, I want my guys in the places they should be, just because he's the kind of guy that can hit it, like I said, all over the park. So I don't think a shift can necessarily help you against a big slugger like this. Now a guy like Matt Adams, he's going to pull the ball 90% of the time. Yeah, shift him.
So Tommy Malone last inning, 8 pitch at bat to start the inning. Bryce Harper working on an 8, now 9 pitch at bat. I mean, he keeps teeing off and he keeps getting a piece of it.
Yeah, and he's getting in there too, man. He's really digging in. He's got a little crouch going and taking some good hacks, but a controlled hacks. There's a big difference. I mean, he's not going up there just swinging a swing. He's actually controlling the bat, using the bat like a wand, but he's so strong.
Off-speed pitch, and he crushes it right center. See you later. Bryce Harper just enough for his 29th of the year. 2-1 Nationals. One of his best at bats of the year.
What a good at bat. It's got to feel good for Bryce right there.
This is against a pitcher who had only given up 9 home runs all year. On pitch number 10, away it went. Anthony Rendon is next, and he singled to right center his first time. So Bryce 1 away from 30. He ties Nolan Arenado for second in the league, as well as Jesus Aguilar behind Matt Carpenter's 32. Rendon going the other way. That's going to hang up, though. Martinez, first out, top of the 4th.
What a great battle that was. What a great battle, and he won it. At the end of the day, he wins it. There's that curve. Great off-speed hitting. Great job of staying back. Kept his whole body back, and just enough to get out. Just enough.
403 feet, and Bryce had to supply all the power because, as you mentioned, not a fastball. Here's Soto, who tried to bunt for a hit first time. Got a sacrifice, and the curveball drops in for a strike.
And coming out of the box, Bryce knew he got it. He kind of did his thing, relaxed a little bit. I know I got this. And like we saw, it just barely went over the wall. It's not that he was trying to show anybody up. It's just that Bryce knows his power, he knows his strength, and he knows the feel of a homer.
Soto chopper, Colton Wong, 2 down.
There's a big difference. Some people think, oh man, he's trying to show up the pitcher, this and that. No, not at all. He knows when he gets it. He knows when he gets enough. Beautiful. It's just enough. Just enough.
It's about 390 where that ball went out. And there's a little space where those flowers are between the wall and the rail in front of where the fans sit. Ryan Zimmerman RBI double back in the second, got the Nats back even. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hitter seeking the hitting coach and vice versa after a blast like that. And a big breaking ball. Michaelis gets Zimmerman. The inning started with Bryce Harper fouling off a bunch of pitches. There's pitch number 10, and there it went. 29 homers, 72 RBIs. Nats by 1. Mike, break this down for us as we go Exmo and kind of tell us what we're watching here.
Yeah, 2-strike approach. He's spread out, almost like a Soto kind of spread out right there. Doesn't just little stride, not even anything, and just stayed back. So beautiful. A guy throwing 94 fastball, and if you could stay back enough on his off speed and hit a homer like that, you're locked in. And I think the more Bryce saw him in that at bat, the more pitches, he got locked in.
Here we go, bottom of the fourth, Harrison Bader. And by the way, those great looks, 100% fiber optic network, 100% phenomenal. Visit getfios.com.
I got to talk to Bryce a little bit in BP, and I got him to smile.
Maybe not the easiest thing to do on a day like this after a night like last night.
Yeah, we just started talking, and he seemed really relaxed and comfortable.
Look at that changeup. 1-2, a beauty by Tommy Malone. Through 3 innings, the strike to ball ratio not that great. 46 pitches, 26 strikes. But Tommy has only given up 1 hit each of the last 2 innings after that long first inning. Breaking ball, base hit. Bader just got out there, and this guy's going to round the bag. He's going to keep on going. He can fly. It's not even close. I know people talk about Billy Hamilton, but we might have 2 of the top 3 fast guys in baseball on this diamond tonight with Bader and Turner. He's thinking double as soon as he makes contact.
That was fast. That was fast. Bryce got over there quick, and he barehanded it.
Harrison Bader,
good throw or not, he still doesn't get him.
He was the 100th player taken in the 2015 draft out of the University of Florida. Here's Colton Wong, the number 8 hitter. Pitcher on deck. Wong, a fly ball to Harper first time.
All he's doing up there is he's trying to get a ball that he can pull to the right side so he can advance the runner. That's basically what he's trying to do right now, and Malone's trying to do the opposite.
Pretty good hitting pitcher on deck. Harper after this one, and he can't get it. Bader's going to be held at third by Jose Oquendo, and then to second, and safe is Colton Wong. The buzz here in St. Louis is that the Cardinals have been playing more aggressive baseball under Mike Shildt, running the bases and not waiting around for home runs.
Yeah, this is some really good base runner right now we're seeing. We just saw 2 guys that can fly.
Nats, by the way, taking a look at this. And Tommy Malone gets up on the mound. They will not challenge. So they've got second and third. That is a single. Second on the throws. And it's Michaelis who doubled first time up. Nats lead by 1, infield in.
Would you say any fly ball in the outfield scores them?
If it's caught by an outfielder, probably. That's certainly deep enough, and Michaelis is having a heck of a night with the bat. Bryce needs to throw this into third, and he does, and it's a tie game. Cooper kept the other runner at second. And Miles Michaelis has his 3rd RBI of the year.
The guy's helping himself on the mound, at the plate.
Matt Carpenter, a bunt base hit and a walk. 2-7-0 Cardinals, 2-3-0 Nats. Daniel Murphy's about 5 steps on to the outfield grass. Turner near the runner. Ryan is deep at first, and Rendon in the baseline between second and third. Colton Wong has good speed.
He's got good speed, and he's a very smart base runner, like we just saw, taking second.
Ball 2. Carpenter jammed a bit with that one. Looked like he held, must have been a called strike. 2-2.
Yeah, Tommy's at 60 pitches now.
Started this inning at 46. Bottom of the order has been a problem for him. 2 doubles, a single, a sac fly from 7, 8, and 9.
The pesky pitcher.
Gotten a couple of foul balls running that fastball under Carpenter's hands. Two. Not hit that hard. Murphy from the grass, and that ended up being real close. Matt Carpenter saw how deep Daniel Murphy was playing. Wong to third on the second out. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in tonight's game. It's Tommy Malone and Yadier Molina. This guy's made a living out of taking the ball the other way, and look where Ryan Zimmerman is with 2 outs against a batter who loves to go the other way. Molina's driven in 53 runs. That's a good pitch up and in. He couldn't do a thing with that.
What I like about Yachty so much is that we all know he's such a great catcher, and he's pretty much the best pick-off first baseman catcher you can find, or there is.
49 career pickoffs coming into this year.
But this guy, for most of his career here, was in the 8-hole.
Yeah.
And when you're in the 8-hole and you got the pitcher behind you, you're not getting anything to hit. And this guy hit 300 almost every year. And that's pretty good. It's hard to do some work in that 8-hole.
No balls, 2 strikes. And on 0-2, this one back over the screen. Molina's first year in the big leagues, 2004. He was backing up Mike Matheny, who would later be his manager. Matheny and hitting coach John Mabry, assistant hitting coach Bill Miller, all fired 26 games ago. 0-2 pitch.
Molina's kind of smirking right there because he kind of knows, being a catcher, that they're going to continue to go up, knowing that I'm chasing the high pitch. I always thought catchers had a little better idea of what pitch they were going to see.
How would I try to get me out?
Yeah, exactly. How cool is it though when your manager was your not only your teammate but same position? That had to have been pretty cool.
Yachty had a bunch of mentors like his older brothers Benji and Jose, and then of course Mike Matheny. 1-2 with 2 outs. Good battle here, and now Molina has worked it back even. So Tommy Malone having a 22 pitch 4th inning so far. That's what he does, but this time he hits it high in the air, and Eaton is under it. 1 for the Cardinals in the 4th, thanks to the speed of Harrison Fader. 2-2, good ball game into the 5th. Double Harper homer, 2-7-0 Cardinals. Don't wait for season 8. Come out to Nationals Park. Game of Thrones night, Saturday the 18th, with the Nats face the Marlins this weekend. First 10,000 fans. Get a Michael A. Taylor Game of Thrones figurine. You get a chance to take photos on the Iron Throne. Nationals.com.
Game of Thrones. Michael A.
Daniel Murphy bouncing ball up the middle to the shortstop DeYoung. First time. Daniel Murphy gets a pretty big piece of that one. It's chasing Ozuna back to the track and backpedaling to the bullpen fence with the grab. Made a loud sound, and Daniel had some carry on it.
Yeah, he took a good swing. Really good swing. I thought it would be a little farther back than it was, but it's a little dead air here tonight, so I don't think there's really no wind or nothing going on. So it is what it is right there. Hang with him, Murph.
Matt Wieters fly ball. Yeah, no breeze in town. It was muggy, pretty calm conditions for the PGA that wrapped up at Belle Reve here yesterday. Fantastic weekend of golf.
Yeah, I heard the PGA liked St. Louis so much that the fans were so good that they might give them another golf.
Another major sometime?
Major, yeah.
Now that's a busted bat. Michael is in on the hands of Wieters. Unassisted, Matt Carpenter 2 down. No better time to act than today. PNC make today the day. Kyle McGowan, 26 years of age, Savannah State product. And at the AAA level, check out the ERA International League Pitcher of the Week for his performance last week. Well done, Kyle McGowan. Never know. Guys doing well at AAA. September not far away. It's the 13th of August.
Yeah, you keep holding that down right there, you can pretty much guarantee him a ticket. We need some relief.
Tommy Malone hit that flare out to left center. 8th pitch of the at bat, leading off the third batter, ran it down. Tell you, Tommy's got a good swing, and he has already shown us the ability to hang in there for some at bats.
Yeah, he looks comfortable up there. He's not looking as if this guy's throwing 94, 95 with some good off-speed stuff.
And he IDs the breaking ball, not biting.
He's definitely seeing it real well.
Marlins have picked up a run, but they're in the bottom of the 6th at Atlanta in the nightcap of that doubleheader. 3-1 Braves. Wow, what a take. That was close. I think he struck out the booth from some of the body language I saw up here. Check it out on Nissan. 96 from Michaelis.
That was a good pitch.
And he goes upstairs and gets him to chase. Nats go in order. 6 in a row for Michaelis since the Harper homer. 2-2 halfway through.
Malone's a guy who thrives on keeping the ball down and working east to west with that fastball up in the upper 80s to low 90s. But when he was in spring training last year with the Brewers, Milwaukee pitching coach Derek Johnson came up to him and told him the numbers showed that he had a very high spin rate on his fastball. And so as a result, Johnson suggested elevating the fastball at times. Malone was hesitant to implement that early on, didn't really trust it, and so he didn't really do it much at all last year. But he tried it out during a game this season with AAA Syracuse when he was feeling especially good and had good success with it. And since then, it's been a big weapon for him. He doesn't just throw it with 2 strikes, also early in counts, saying that he wants to change eye levels on guys, but also with that high spin rate, feeling like he can sneak that fastball up in the zone and above the zone beyond some guys.
Well, just another weapon for a very smart pitcher. So Tommy goes to work after, Dan, his longest inning of the night. Thanks for that report. 23 pitches, 4th inning. Martinez, opposite field single, a scorcher off the glove of Murphy. Last time, ball 1.
Yeah, if you don't throw hard these days, if you don't throw mid-90s, you better become a student of the game. Try to figure out how to trick these guys.
Reaching out and tapping it into center field is Martinez. 2 hits tonight without pulling the ball. Cardinals are coming to DC. Yeah, it's that home and home thing we've got going with the Cubs and the Cards. So September 3rd, 4th, and 5th on Labor Day, 1:05 game, followed by 7 o'clock games on Tuesday, Wednesday. Nats Cards tickets, check them out today. Nationals.com. Yeah, how about that homestand? Milwaukee for 3, St. Louis for 3, Cubs for 4. This one to the left of Daniel Murphy, who is cheating up the middle for a double play, and St. Louis has a pretty good approach, not trying to pull Tommy Malone and falling into that trap of rolling things over to the left side.
Yeah, they're starting to hit the ball where it's pitched. Marcell Ozuna right here had a totally different approach from his last at-bats. First at-bat, he pulled that ball down the line left, and here it looked like he basically saw what Martinez, how he got pitched, and said, you know what, I'm going to try to stick to that game plan, go the other way too.
Derek Lilliquist, who was in the first base dugout last year. And of course you have Mike Maddox, who was in the third base dugout. Nats getting the bullpen busy. Wander Suero. So this is the 3rd time around the order for the Cardinals. They're 2 for 4. Paul DeYoung 0 for 2. Fly ball to left, fly ball to right. First pitch change up. This guy made quite a splash in his big league debut last year. 108 games, 25 homers, 65 RBIs. And not deep at all to left. No chance for the runners to advance. Soto has it. Martinez back to second, Ozuna to first. That's an important first out.
Yeah, anytime after a mound visit like that, get that next out real quick. Now you got the double play in order.
Jed Churko, the hitter. 10 double play balls on grounders this year off the bat of this third baseman. Martinez led off with a base hit to center. Ozuna to right. Pretty big rip.
Yeah, when Tommy's doing good, he wants the batters to go back into the dugout and say, man, I just missed that. Oh man, I felt like I saw him pretty good, but I just missed it. That's all he wants. Just wants to get those just misses.
And they are making a living up the middle and the other way. Adam Eaton gets to it, hits Zimmerman, the cutoff man, and the bases are loaded with one out.
Again, another at bat where Cardinal went the other way. Didn't try to do too much, but hit it where it was pitched.
And that is it for Tommy Milone. He's going to go just 4 1/3. Cardinals have racked up 10 base hits, and Wander Suero will be next. Need expert printing? The UPS store has you covered. It's their call to the bullpen. Together, there's nothing they can't solve. Here comes Wander. Challenge Juan Soto to anything. You name it. Cook-off, putt-putt. You name it. Look fearless with a name trusted for over 75 years. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield.
That guy looks like he's good at everything.
I would think so. I wouldn't try him at chess if he knows at all how to play the game, because he's pretty smart. So here's appearance number 22 for Wander Suero, the Nats' 26-year-old rookie. 28 innings, 21 hits, 28 strikeouts. They're in at the corners, double play depth. Turner and Murphy up the middle for Harrison Bader, who would have to hit a one-hopper right at somebody or a line drive to hit into an infield double play. Doubled us last time. He ignited that one-run game-tying fourth inning for St. Louis. Well, can he keep it perfect?
Cutter, curveball, changeup. But like you said, this guy flies.
Another homegrown player. Third rounder just 3 years ago. Back to the pitcher. Suero home for one. Wieters a bullet to Zimmerman. And for the Nats, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3 on the double play. Maybe the one way you can get that guy on the ground with the 60-foot or less ground ball back to the pitcher. Well done by Matt Wieters. Yeah, somebody go hug Wander Suero. 15 base runners stranded. Every one he has inherited this year. And it's Adam Eaton to the top of the 6th, 2-2 game. The Nats have somehow managed to keep this thing from getting away. St. Louis stranding 8 runners. Adam line drive to center, looking for his first base hit. That was his last time up. Michaelis misses upstairs, 1-1.
He's a starter's best friend, I guess.
That's big time. 3 pitches, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Eaton, and it's reachable for Paul DeYoung. So the Nats box, only 3 hits. Second inning leadoff base hit Rendon, 1 out later after the Soto bunt. Ryan Zimmerman a rocket to left, and then Bryce Harper a rocket to right center, his 29th of the year. Leading off the 4th, and that's the extent of the offense. Michaelis now 7 straight since the Harper homer. Trey Turner line drive to left, ground ball to second. Not biting on that first pitch curve. One. Big slow curveball. It ended up right at the end of Turner's bat, and Miles Michaelis almost gave Trey a base hit there. Taking forever and then goosing it to first. Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Bryce Harper, Ford, drive of the game.
Yeah. Big guy, big fella's coming up right here again. But we've seen that a lot lately. He's locked in. And again, that homer today was on a 2-strike pitch where you're trying to protect the plate. You're trying to get deep in the count, of course. You get to 2 strikes, and it's like, okay, now it's time to choke and poke. Let's just put the ball in play. Let's see what happens. But if you're as strong as Bryce, even with 2 strikes, I mean, you can hit a homer. Especially with this guy pitching.
Interesting stat on Harper. Now 25 of his last 46 hits have been extra bases. 14 doubles, 11 home runs. Brian Zimmerman's doing that same sort of thing. 21 of his last 43 hits have been extra bases.
You know, imagine if this, the way Harper's seeing the ball right now, imagine if this was in the beginning of the year, where the team would be. Because we all know how much he means to this squad. And just like all the other guys in this lineup, everybody can carry this team. But Harper has just a little something that is hard, that you can't really put that on another player. When you got a guy who MVP, he's just really good.
The effect he has on the other guys around him.
Everybody else gets to see good pitches when you got a guy like that in the lineup. I remember when I batted behind Stanton. That was not fun.
3-2.
What I remember the most was
would you rather hit in front of him?
The pitcher would look at him and then look at me in the on deck circle, almost like, yeah, I'm not pitching this guy, I'll take you, meat.
Yeah, okay. That was a pretty good pitch. Bryce Harper launches another one. It's going to stay in the yard. Martinez, and the Nats go in order, and since Bryce homered, that's 9 in a row for Miles Michaelis. Still a tie game as we go bottom 6 here. MLB at Bat, your #1 Nationals app. Customize your baseball experience. Home screen icons, MLB.tv game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio, stats, news. Download MLB at Bat. Cardinals box score. Multiple hit games for the 3-4 guys, Martinez and Ozuna. Sac fly by Michaelis, the pitcher, for 1 run today, and Ozuna the RBI single back in the first. Wander Suero back to work. First time the Cardinals have seen him, and Breaking ball. He steals one against Colton Wong with Michaelis on deck. Wong a base hit to left last time. That got Bader to third with nobody out from where he scored on the pitcher's sac fly. Two. Harper a bit toward the gap, left center. Turner standing on the grass up the middle, shaded to the left a bit. And that ball skips in, 3-2. On a ball diving down and in, leadoff walk. Michaelis has 4 sacrifice bunts this year. Second walk issued by the Nats tonight. Tommy Malone walked Matt Carpenter back in the second inning, and that was his only walk of the year in what is now 22 1/3 innings. Double play followed that. Rendon on the grass at third. Zimmerman ready to charge. Instead taking the throw. Into the 9 o'clock hour here. Happy 10 o'clock back home. Michael Morse with us for this 4-game series. FP has the series off. He'll be back Friday at home against Miami. Dan's here. Now we're seeing a good ball game, 2-2. Every 90 feet important now to both ball clubs' pennant chances down the stretch, and Ryan Zimmerman an easy grab on a bad bunt. 1 out. Top of the order, Matt Carpenter.
So if the Cardinals make up some room in their division, does this guy get MVP votes?
Oh, yeah. You know, it is called most valuable player, not player of the year, which always throws an interesting wrinkle into the proceedings.
I always feel like your team has to be doing pretty good.
Well, they're on a pretty good run, 16-9 against both leagues with their new manager, Mike Schultz. They've won 5 in a row. They're 8 over. Now, the last 5 in a row have been the Marlins and the Royals, but last time I checked, those were still big league ball clubs, and you got to beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Now they deal with the Nats, and that's a strike to Carpenter.
Best record in August besides Boston.
Yeah, everybody's besides Boston this year. So there's Mike Schultz, as I mentioned. Never played professional baseball, a lot of years in the college ranks. They said he used to be a ballpark rat as a kid that hung around cleaning shoes, cleaning uniforms, anything he could do to be around the ballpark. And here he is, decades later, a big league skipper with one of the most storied franchises.
Hey, Jim Riggleman. never played in the big leagues. I think he played, might have played A-ball, maybe. But there's a couple of them out there. Not a lot.
Oh, 2 to Carpenter, 1 on, 1 out. He has not grounded in to 1 double play this year. Suero doesn't throw calling card tosses over there, does he? Zimmerman ready for some heaters. Loud smack off the gear of Matt Wieters.
He felt that one. Something flew off of his mask.
Whew. Mike Matheny's career was ended by foul tips and concussions. I'm amazed how strong their neck muscles and their upper bodies have to be to not just get knocked over backwards by foul balls like that. So the shift on, another bolt over there, and back in safely is Colton Wong. Doesn't run as much as he did earlier in his career. He's 3 out of 6. Nats checking just to make sure he's not trying to get to second base after the failed sacrifice. His first full year in the big leagues in 14, he stole 20 bases. There he goes. And Rendon's got it. And there's your double play. He can just toss it over. Zimmerman takes it on a couple of hops. And 6-3, the bottom of the 6th, is over. Best friend for the pitchers, 3 double plays tonight. Could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com. See how much you could save. So hits for the Nats today. Rendon leading off the second. Ryan Zimmerman 1 out later. And that double, his 35th RBI and his 13th in his last 8 games. Putting some hits together. And then the Harper homer in the 4th. The Nats have not had anything since then.
Yeah, good combo.
Michaelis, 85 pitches, 55 strikes. He's been pretty durable for them this year. This is the 19th time this year he's gone at least 6. He's gone 7 innings 8 times. So here we are, top 7. And there's that big rolling breaking ball where he steals strike 1.
Yeah, that's it right there. He wants to get that first strike out the way.
One ball, two strikes.
I love the combo of Zim, Rendon, just because both those guys can spray the ball around the park. And then you back it up with a little Soto, who can still do the same thing from the left side.
Target in. Anthony takes it up.
And then you got the Wizard Murph. It's a great lineup.
Rendon got jammed. Michaelis, by the way, has only thrown 100 pitches 4 times this year. Hasn't done it since May 21st when he went the distance on a 4-hit shutout against Kansas City here. Pretty significant pickup for this ball club, with the rotation battered by injuries. Adam Wainwright, right elbow. Michael Wacha, left oblique. Carlos Martinez back for 1 start, right shoulder. Tyler O'Neill, groin inflammation.
Yeah, these guys are banged up.
Alex Reyes hurt. Oh, was that close? And Rendon gets the walk. Michaelis, hands on hips. Thought he had a strikeout. Nissan pitch cast. Mark Carlson nailed it.
Yachty thought he could stick it and get the call.
Yeah, they're thinking, hey, it's the 7th inning. This guy's pitching great. He should get that call. But Mark Carlson got it right.
Yeah.
Soto, sacrifice bunt, ground ball to second. So this kid sees this veteran pitcher for the 3rd time.
Yachty's very good at knowing when to stick it to get the call, and knowing when, I don't need the call right here. But he didn't get it there.
And Soto in the air to left. This ball's got carry. See you later. Opposite field bullpen. Soto's 15th, 4-2 Nationals. Amazing strength the other way.
Just what the doctor ordered. Perfect timing.
By the way, that'll get him back over 300.
That's the guy we know.
Second Nats homer of the night. Soto 42 and 43 on the RBI count. So that's 372 the other way. 101 miles an hour rounded up a bit. Here's Zimmerman. Ryan 1 for 2 and strike 1. So Michaelis had given up 9 home runs this year in 144 innings. The Nats get him for 2 in 6+. Ooh, front door breaking ball was hanging. Ryan thought about it, and then Michaelis got the strike call.
That was some backspin.
Yeah. Muggy night. That ball stayed in the air forever.
That is just young, raw power. Great swing.
Ball bounces in 2-2 to Zimmerman. Now the St. Louis bullpen gets busy. They got a couple of lefties out there. That's Tyler Webb.
And Bob, that's his 7th Oppo homer.
That's impressive. Cardinals may be stalling for some time here. Our old friend on his way to the mound, Mike Maddox. Wow.
just power. He really gets in his legs, really uses his legs. He generates, I was always told that you want to use your biggest muscles, your strongest muscles, which are your quads, your chest, your arms, to swing. And he really uses all those in his stance. He really uses legs, he really uses arms, uses chest. And it's so fluent and just smooth. And again, for such a young age to have all this down pat is spectacular. And that's backspin right there. That's what you want the ball to do. You want to kind of slice it and just let it keep going, let it do its thing. And it carried. It wasn't just right over the wall.
2-2 to Zimmerman here. And again, he gets Ryan on the breaking ball away. 4th strikeout tonight for Miles Michaelis. Daniel Murphy is next. He's taken this pitcher the other way twice. Grounder to short, fly ball to left. And he got jammed on that one. Paul DeYoung, the shortstop. 2 outs. Washington, D.C. Lexus dealers donate $500 tonight. 2 homers. Children's National Health System gets it for the first 200 homers by the Nats this year. Lexus, experience amazing. And the Nats are up to 143. Matt Wieters, fly ball to center, ground ball to first. On deck circle, empty for the moment. Wander Suero, by the way, to get 5 outs has only thrown 15 pitches, thanks to 2 double plays. 2-0. We hear some applause as Matt Adams comes out of the dugout.
There he is.
Wieters hits it well to left. Ozuna backpedaling. Big noise. Rendon a walk and Soto the blast. Oppo 15th of the year, and the Nats at the stretch lead by 2. to go, bottom 7. Come out to the ballpark Friday, and you'll get Hawaiian shirted. It's presented by Masson. First 20,000 fans. Nats Marlins get the island-themed Nationals shirt. Nationals.com for tickets and apparel.
I think you and FP should wear those shirts that day.
We'll see. That's what your parents used to say when there was no shot. Here's Molina. And look at the snap on that curveball by Wander Suero. 16 pitches, 11 strikes now. 2-3-4 for St. Louis in the 7th. Yadier 1 for 3 with an infield hit. This is huge for Davey Martinez and the Nats. If Suero can get through this inning. Justin Miller's warming up. Davey told me around the cage this afternoon that Justin Miller could be a big factor late in the game. And he also mentioned Coda Glover, who threw 12 pitches last night and should be fairly fresh. You don't see Yadier Molina overmatched like that very often. 0-2, no chance to reach it. Suero first strikeout.
Yeah, that wasn't a comfortable at bat right there.
Toyota case for kids. Washington area Toyota dealers. Helping children and their families. $44 for every strikeout. To the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health. Jose Martinez has had a good game. Struck out first time. And 2 opposite field hits. Suero ahead, low in the zone. And he cuts another one in there. And that's the slower curveball pitch, diving. As Dan chronicled earlier for us, a lot of bullpen issues from the health standpoint, and guys have to step up.
Could you get another inning out of this guy?
After this one?
He's only.
Or are you counting this one?
Counting this one.
Okay.
He's got 23 pitches.
Yeah, relievers, it's an unusual thing for them anymore to go 2 or more. Everybody conditioned to that 1 inning at a time. Martinez trying to wait long enough, still way out ahead.
See, that's my thing. What says a reliever can't pitch, let's say, 40 pitches?
Yeah, about the only time you see that anymore is if your team's way behind in the middle of a game or way ahead.
Like a closer nowadays, he has what, 15 pitches in his belt? That's it? 20 pitches? Maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, then you have that whole consecutive day thing. How many consecutive days can he go? Pretty good battle here. Suero and Martinez. Ball hanging up a bit, and he turned on it. Jose Martinez has a 3-for-4 night. Next up, Ozuna. Great effort by Anthony Rendon. Huge at bat coming here. Ozuna 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI. Looks like Davey Martinez has a double switch in mind here. So it's looking like Miller and Ozuna. The last Nat to bat was Matt Wieters, Murphy before him. So we'll see who comes out on the double switch defensively. Wheels turning, bottom of the 7th. Nats in St. Louis on top 4-2. To you by T-Mobile. Let's talk some twin killings tonight. Yadier Molina, that's a 5-4-3 around the horn, ending the 2nd inning. And then a 1-2-3, the big play of the game against Speedy Harrison Bader in the 5th. And then with Colton Wong running on the pitch, Rendon on the shift, 3-hopper to Zimmerman, 5-3. 2 of those double plays engineered by Wander Suero. So here's Justin Miller for the Nats. For the right-hander, his 33rd appearance. 40 strikeouts. Make it 45 in 35 innings, 26 hits. We'll check some of the career matchups here. Daniel Murphy moves to first base. Wilmer Defoe is in the lineup for Ryan Zimmerman, who's double switched out. And of course, Defoe bats 9th. He'll lead off the 8th. So here's Miller and Ozuna, and the slider up a little bit away. Marcell Ozuna 0 for 1 career against the Nats right-hander. Pretty solid in that department. Good slider down and away to get the ball on the ground.
Yeah, he throws a lot of sliders. He also throws 93, 94 fastball, so he's got it in his back pocket. But he's a slider kind of pitcher. He tries to keep the ball down, especially right here, try to get that double play in order.
Nats have now turned 91 double plays on the year. That's off of Miller, but it goes to Rendon, and he gets the force at 2nd. You hope Justin Miller's okay. He took a shot, and it goes 1-5-4. Paul Lessard and Davey Martinez to the mound. How about that for a force out? 109 miles an hour.
It's almost, you see a lot of smiling faces up there because, I mean, there's not much you can do but just kind of laugh about it because you got the out. And of course, it's Azuna who hit it, who's got 15 hits. Before this game, he had 15 hits in August. So you know he's hot.
Well, huge break for the Nats. Let's just hope Justin Miller can push off and land okay here. Ball one, low and away. Looked okay throwing it though. He says I'm good. Wow, right below the calf muscle it appeared on the right leg.
It's almost looked like in slow-mo that he saw the ball was going to go by him, so he's like, let me throw my leg out and see what happens.
Now it's Miller and Paul DeJong facing each other for the first time.
You can't teach that. As many times.
Nor would you want to practice.
As many times in spring training you want to do that. You can't teach it.
So a runner at first, 2 outs now. Fastball rides up. For 2 Nats, bottom of the 7th. Soto's homer, top of this inning, a huge blow. Ball 2.
Yeah, we see some quality at bats today from the middle of the lineup. Soto, Zim, Rendon, Bryce.
Yeah, certainly making the most of 4 hits. Rendon walked and he scored on the homer. Front door breaking ball, it stays in.
I don't mind 4 hits. As long as those 4 runs are that 4 spot is in front of it. 4 runs.
And on 3-0, taken all the way. In the air to center, well hit. Bryce is under it. He ran to the spot where he thought it would come down, and he was right. Big time job by the bullpen so far tonight. true moment. Juan Soto after Anthony Rendon walked to lead off the 7th. Don't forget, Rendon took a borderline pitch to walk, and the kid takes one out of here. 15 homers for the teenager, 43 RBIs now, and in his first game at Busch Stadium, he has a sacrifice bunt and a 2-run homer. Thus your game summary. The Nats have made every hit count because Zimmerman drove in Rendon, who had singled back in the 2nd. Bryce went deep, lead off 4th. And then what you just saw. To the top of the 8th we go, and the Nats for the first time see Tyler Webb out of the University of South Carolina, former Yankee 10th rounder. St. Louis got him off waivers from the Padres June 29th, so he's been in the St. Louis organization for about 6 weeks. Wilmer Difo came in on the double switch, and he leads off here, top 8. Batting right-handed, Wilmer 189 this year with one of his 3 home runs. Fastball up. Time to add on.
Yeah, so
out of play, right side.
you got Webb, who pretty much fastball slider guy, throws in a changeup. Kind of like your typical lefty almost.
That looked like a changeup that just sat way up. Difo ahead 2-1. Be great to get his speed on here with Eaton and Turner, the next 2 in front of Bryce. Just about the same pitch, and it went nowhere. Three-two. Wilmer with a good rip.
Great at bat right here, just to get the 3-2 coming off the bench. Not necessarily he was in the field last inning, but coming off the bench and having your first at bat coming mid-game and working the count. Great at bat. Seen some pitches now, so he's kind of got his timing.
And a good walk by Wilmer Difo. Good at bat indeed. Second consecutive leadoff walk issued by the St. Louis staff. And Adam Eaton is up there. Potomac Nationals, the countdown is down to 2 weeks for that weekend series, August 24th through the 26th. WWE night, Northwest Federal Field Friday. And then the Tanner Roark bobblehead, first 1,250 fans on Saturday. Here's Adam Eaton. Lefty-lefty matchup. Jerko shallow at third. Maybe Adams got in mind trying to slap one by him. Going to lay one down over there. Ball hugging the line, and Jerko just takes a swipe at it once it goes foul.
It's another great bunt.
Playing for the add-on.
Just foul. Just enough spin to keep it going. Do you try it again? Is the question.
How many times did you bunt?
Probably a couple swinging bunts, a couple broken bat bunts.
Yeah.
You can. But you know what? When you're in the minor leagues, no matter where you were in that lineup, you could be batting third, fourth, whatever you may be. But when you get to the big leagues, that third, fourth, that turns into seventh, eighth in the big league lineup, and you better know how to bunt.
Well, he did bunt again. Molina out to grab it, and Adam Eaton will get some handshakes in the dugout after that sacrifice that gets the speedy Defoe to second base. Good small ball by the Nats, who've scored 3 of their 4 runs on the long ball. Next up, Trey Turner. Huge run sitting out there. And Turner rifles one up the middle on a hop to Bader. That ball was hit so hard, Wilmer Defoe slowed down a bit just to make sure.
He almost fell over. Looked like he kind of tripped a little bit.
Trey Turner's 130th hit of the year. Lefty now with Webb against Harper.
Little sac fly here will do the job.
Bryce, you know he's jacked for an RBI situation here, but he calmly took that one low.
All he has to do is just elevate it in the outfield. Or past it.
Hot shot up the middle. Oh my goodness. DeYoung is going to turn it into a 6-3 double play and keep the Nats from adding on to their lead. That ball was scorched. Of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Yeah, the Nats weren't content with a 4-2 lead. They tried to add on, and Paul DeYoung took it away. Here we go, bottom 8 at Busch Stadium. Bryce Harper absolutely robbed. But they had him played up the middle. Justin Miller to Jed Jerko. Fastball away.
Yeah, another good at bat by Bryce too, but oh man. Sometimes he can't catch a break, guys.
And a long ball to left center from Jerko. A run taken away by defense. And the Cardinals are a run closer on offense.
Got all of that one. That's right where he likes it too. Middle. Not really middle, but just in and down. Right in his swing.
Long way to go in this one. 6 outs to get. Now it's 4-3, and here's Harrison Bader. He sees Miller for the first time. Did not get a first pitch fastball. Sammy Solis. Bader 1 for 3 with a double and the run scored tonight. He swung, says Trip Gibson.
Crowd's getting into it now. Went. If you could check swing and hit a double, then you win. That
Good
was a
call.
check swing.
Yeah, I've never heard it put that way. That's pretty profound. 1-2. Fastball away, foul tip, strikeout. Some gas from Justin Miller. Colton Wong is next, then the number 9 spot. Catchers will tell you, you can squeeze it. It either stays in there or it doesn't. And Matt able to squeeze the juice right out of that thing. Here's Colton Wong, 1 for 2 with a walk. And just enough run back to get a strike.
Yeah, he's making some good pitches now.
Sammy joined by Greg Holland. Hits keep on coming from the Cardinals. That's number 13. And their number 8 hitter on base for the 3rd time tonight. They're going to call Garcia back. And here's Dan with more on the bullpen.
Bob, just to kind of retee what we discussed before first pitch of tonight's ball game, the Nationals went with Coda Glover in the 8th inning last night, Ryan Madson in the 9th. Davey saying he'll kind of take it case-by-case basis for now going forward. Madson revealed after blowing last night's save that he's dealing with a back issue that's sending pain down his right leg. That prevented him from having a real feel for his off-speed pitches. So maybe Madson available tonight to close out the game. Davey might go with Coda Glover, and he's going to his bullpen again right now.
Yeah, they've announced Greg Garcia, the left-handed batter, so that means Solis. So it's lefty-lefty, tying runs aboard 1 out in St. Louis. good in his career against the Cardinals. 8 starts, a complete game, 3-3, but a 2.35 ERA. 26-year-old right-hander John Gant will go for St. Louis. He's 4-4. Won his last start against the Marlins on the road. 7:30, Nats Extra tomorrow night. Sammy Solis will not be facing the lefty. He'll be facing rookie 26-year-old Patrick Wisdom. There's Sammy and his numbers. Patrick Wisdom, a 7-year minor leaguer who got his first call to the major leagues last week. 2 for 4 with an RBI in 1 game so far. From Murrieta, California. 52nd overall player taken in the 2012 draft. So they sacrificed Greg Garcia. And we'll go with the right-hander facing Sammy for the first time.
You don't see that much where a lefty's numbers are better against righties.
So Sammy taking a while, time given. Five tough outs to get. Braves, by the way, have closed out that doubleheader sweep of the Marlins, and they're now 66-51. They'll lead the Phillies by 4. Or pardon me, by 1 tomorrow, and the Nationals by either 5, pardon me, by 6 or 7. Now that they've swept, the Nats need to win this one to lose just a half game in the standings tonight.
We'll go with the 6. We need them to get on a losing streak.
Yeah, it's time of the year when you need to take care of your own business, but every night you need some help.
Yeah, you end up after the games really gluing yourself to the TV and seeing what other guys did.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Not much in the first half, though. First half, you're playing, you're watching just highlights of all of baseball, but once it gets a little crunch time, especially in August, you're looking at the standings. You're coming in and asking other guys, hey, what'd the Braves do? Hey, what'd the Phillies do?
Yeah. 2-2. There's another base hit. Wong has to stop. The Nationals have the lead, and they've been out hit by 10 hits. Top of the order. It'll be a lefty-lefty matchup with Matt Carpenter. That was Patrick Wisdom's first AB ever against Sammy Solis. Carpenter is 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout against him.
Another going the other way base hit.
Yeah, they've had a great approach tonight.
Well, this is who they want up. And the crowd knows it.
Crowd of 37,197. Many on their feet now, looking for the bottom of the 8th inning rally. worst possible time for a wild pitch.
They might have got, looks like they might have got not on the same page right there. The way Wieters was, where his glove was and where the pitch was, and it was almost like they got crossed up.
Conference on the mound, Conference at third base. And the Nats lead in huge jeopardy now.
These are the moments I miss. This is baseball right here at its best.
1-0 count, infield in. Carpenter in swing mode. Well, the unbelievable has happened to the Nationals again. They were inches away from a 5-2 lead. Paul DeYoung, their shortstop, took it away. And now on 4 hits, the Cardinals lead 6-4. Sammy is done. Greg Holland started the season as a very expensive closer for the Cardinals. In 32 games, he had a .792 ERA. He's had 3 solid appearances for the Nats. And it's Holland against Yadier Molina, who's 1 for 5 career against him. And Molina was going to do anything he could to get a base hit on that first pitch.
Yeah, he was in auto hack mode there. Crowds chanting his name.
Oh, 2. Still only 1 out in the inning. Yeah, you asked the question earlier. St. Louis is in the race right down to the end and maybe grabs a playoff spot. He will definitely get MVP votes.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind, that Carpenter kid.
0-2. Slider. A little outside.
And it's not just the little, base hits and early doubles or early home runs. It's the big situations right there. That was a huge at bat, and he came through for them. That's MVP kind of stuff.
1-2 pitch. And picked off by Wilmer Defoe. St. Louis gets 4 runs on 4 hits. Pardon me, 2 outs. I wanted to get this thing to the top of the 9th so bad. That'll bring in Jose Martinez. By the way, the Nats in the 9th. Rendon, Soto, and then the pitcher spot. Bud Norris warming up for them. We'll see Matt Adams. That's not catchable.
Another hit to right field for this guy.
Yeah. Bud Norris this year, 22 saves, 25 opportunities. Nats know him from years ago in Houston. Starter, reliever now.
Baltimore too.
Here's Marcelo Zuna. He's 2 for 4. That's fair. Quite a pick by Rendon. Long throw right on target. Brilliant play by Anthony Rendon. The Nats need 2 in the 9th to tie the game. Maybe some defense will get some mojo going for the visiting team now. That was spectacular. Brought to you by Visit Annapolis. Create your moment at visitannapolis.org. And by Lexus. Experience amazing. Well, this place came alive. Nats had kept Busch Stadium pretty quiet most of the night. Matt Carpenter comes through. And now here's the veteran Bud Norris looking for the save. He gets Rendon, Soto, and then you would think Matt Adams. Remember Adonis Garcia with the Braves? That's his kid brother, Adolis Garcia. Anthony Rendon, career against Norris, 4 for 10.
Let's get some guys on base so we can see Matt Adams.
Fastball in there.
Good old Bud. Fastball slider. He used to sit at around 92, 91 when he was a starter. And usually, typically when starters become bullpen guys, they pick up a couple mile per hour on the velocity just because they don't have to throw as much.
Yeah, no need to pace themselves, right? Get right after it.
Yeah, so they just give it the old heave-ho.
1-2 to Rendon. Norris was walking off the mound like he had a strikeout.
It might have been straight, but it wasn't over the plate.
Yeah, it was straight way out there. Mark Carlson can't be too happy about that. Rendon, nice piece of hitting inside the bag. He's going to round the bag, but Martinez was playing him over that way. And just like that, with Soto coming up, the tying runs in the batter's box. What did he do last time, Mike?
Yeah, he decided that he didn't like this ball and didn't want to play with it anymore, so he gave it to a fan. Or the bullpen, actually. So, I hope he doesn't like this ball either. And I hope he gives it away.
One for two, sacrifice, 2-run homer.
Let's see another live replay right here.
Down and in. Go to Glover if the Nats can get it. Bottom 9.
Good hack. He doesn't get cheated. He takes his swings. But I was down with this kid in down at BP today, and he's a big boy, man. He's only going to get bigger.
That's a wild one off the mid of Yadier Molina. That takes away the double play possibility on the ground. And they called it a wild pitch. 2-1. A Soto count. And the kid with that great knowledge of the strike zone not biting. Ball 3.
Nope. Got to throw a better one than that, bud.
It's all right. Not a whole lot Juan could have done with that.
Yeah, it's definitely not the pitch that he was looking to drive. 3-1 count. Game like this, you're looking for that fastball. You're looking for that one pitch. Location-wise and pitch. That wasn't it.
3-2, nobody out. Rendon sitting at second.
They usually say if you throw it 3-1, you're going to throw it 3-2.
That's ball 4 inside. Good at bat, another good one by the rookie. And here comes former Cardinal Matt Adams.
There he is.
And he gets a really nice ovation, typical of the St. Louis fans, even though he's got a chance to beat their team here in the ninth.
That's awesome. This is awesome right here. You got a guy that had a lot of big hits for you. Played in a lot of postseason games for your city. And just like you said, Bob, can actually win the game for the other team. And you give him a nice standing O.
Yeah.
Very nice. Bravo.
Good fastball by Norris on the inside edge. Matt has a pinch hitter this year, 5 for 24, 4 RBIs. Likes the yard. I remember him pulling one way up above the walkway in right field against the Nats a couple of years ago here.
I remember him doing a lot of damage here.
One. About all you can ask when you're behind ninth inning is to get that tying run into the batter's box, and in this case the Nats have it at first base. Fastball tailing away, strike 2. Good adjustment by Adams to get to the pitch away.
Staying alive.
Easy take, ball 2.
Back in the count.
It was a great at bat to start this inning by Rendon. Fouled off to the right side, worked the count. Hit a hard ground ball inside the first base bag. Soto a great at bat to walk, pushing Anthony to second. And the St. Louis battery, a couple of infielders being hurried up here by Mark Carlson.
Surprised Carpenter didn't go in there, kind of give Bud a little knowledge of what he knows on Adams. But Yachty was there, so
2 balls, 2 strikes. Adams gets jammed. Colton Wong is there. Umpires called infield fly rule, 1 out. Huge out as Norris got in on the hands of the slugger.
yeah, tough pitch. Close enough, you can't really take it, but not much you can do with it.
Daniel Murphy is 7 for 21 career against Bud Norris with a pair of home runs. This thing far from over. They're going to move the infield around to the right a bit. Not a shift because they can't. 2 men on. But their shortstop DeYoung. They'll be pretty close to Rendon by the time Anthony gets his big lead. And Murphy, foul ball. Just enough slice. That thing had a funny sound off the bat, and Daniel's looking at the very end of his barrel.
Close. Right at the
Look at the seams of the ball on the end of the barrel there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Bud Norris to Adams and Murphy. Most of the at bat, nothing to the pull side.
Yeah, he's trying to stay out of that power zone. I guess he's up there thinking, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to beat me going the other way.
1 out in this inning, and Bud Norris has thrown 20 pitches. Well, Yadier Molina was waiting for that ball to spin fair, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That thing just took a couple of up and down hops in the batter's box. One and two still.
There's a way. Don't worry, Murph.
Yeah, he looks real rattled, doesn't he? Well, there's the pattern.
Like we said, if he's going to beat him, it's going to be something to left.
Yeah, they've got Ozuna close to the line down there. I was thinking after the first foul ball, this at bat could go on for a while. He did get Adams in on the hands after a while. Does he dare go in there to Murphy?
I don't think so. But I've been wrong. That's probably what they're going to talk about right now.
2 mound visits this inning.
Yachty's giving him a little break and probably saying, hey, trust me, I'm Yachty.
But if a guy's going to go up there and throw a lot of balls away, this is the guy we want. The wizard with the stick.
Two-two pitch. Murphy, and that ball is going to be on the ground. Here comes Rendon. The ball is bobbled, and Soto goes to third. The Nats are within a run, and a man at third with one out. Amazing Washington at bats in this top of the ninth.
What an at-bat. What a great at-bat. And look, they try to come up and in. Try to come up and in. Murph got enough of it. And Soto, seeing the bobble, got to third. Easily, stand up.
So Mike Maddox to the mound. His closer's in trouble here. Matt Wieters is next. First and third. And that's Dakota Hudson, one of their 6 right-handers.
Young kid, 23. Hudson.
Michael A. Taylor to first, to run for Murphy. Davey Martinez puts tremendous speed on first, and I don't know, you got Taylor there, Molina behind the plate. How interesting can this situation get?
Yeah, it's a good matchup because you know the corner of his eye, he's watching him down there. And sometime in this at bat, you're going to believe that Taylor's going to take off.
Matt Wieters is 1 for 4 career against Norris. And that ball diving down and in didn't miss Matt's front leg by much.
And Mike's got to be on his toes there, because we all know that Yachty will throw down there. Even a guy on third, he don't care. He'll throw down to first. He'll backdoor it.
Michael A's out to a pretty big lead. Got a lean going. Wieters counting his favor. That's a base hit, and the game is tied. And Taylor's going to third. Good throw. It gets away, but he comes back. And that's why pitchers back up, and Wieters ends up at second. The Nats took a punch in the face in the bottom of the 8th, and they are punching back. Still only 1 out, runners at second and third.
Great hitting. Great hitting and even better base running. Michael A. stretching it. That was close. Right fielder had the ball before he touched second. And then Wieters advances.
Yeah, they'll have to give an error for that extra 90 feet by Matt Wieters, most probably on Martinez with the throw. So Bud Norris has been knocked out of the game. Dakota Hudson is coming in, and the Nats have a chance to take the lead here. Cubs. That may not knock your socks off, but the timing of his hits has been outstanding. And for the first time, the Nats see 23-year-old Dakota Hudson.
Yeah, young kid.
8th big league appearance. Infield in, and here's Wilmer Defoe trying to get the ball out of the infield to put his team on top. Second and third, 1 out, and this ballpark has fallen silent. Down and in.
Fastball, slider, occasional cut.
Defoe a high chopper, and nobody's going anywhere. All right, the Nats needed the ball in the air. Easy out for DeYoung. And with 2 outs, it's up to Adam Eaton. Adam 0 for 3, sacrifice bunt last time in the 8th when he pushed Wilmer Defoe ahead. Inning that ended in that amazing double play by DeYoung.
You know, one thing about this game, the Nats have shown some heart. With a tough loss yesterday, tough couple innings. You know, as a Nats fan, you're still feeling it from yesterday. You're still feeling, you know, the team not doing that well. But when you got a game like this, and these guys are not quitting. I mean, this is.
Adam Eaton took a funny swing at a curveball that was diving. So, 2-strike approach for him.
They've, like you said, Bob, it's been a punch out. It's been a punching boxing match this whole game, and both teams aren't going down easy. They both have something to lose.
The Nats will have to keep it tight in the bottom of the 9th. They scored 2, had second and third, 1 out. Anthony Rendon got it started, and then Soto walked Murphy, the big hit. Wieters, the game-tying hit, and then their bullpen took care of the rest. But the Nats are still alive. To the 10th inning. First of all, let's go to Glover, 25-year-old right-hander. 12 pitches, 7 strikes. Last night he threw, 9 strikes. He threw a scoreless 8th inning before the Cubs rallied to win that ball game last night. So for Glover, 2 games back, 1 hit in an inning and 2/3. All over the diamond, Matt Adams is the new first baseman. Michael A. Taylor to center. Bryce Harper to right. What a night. Here's Paul DeYoung for the Cardinals. Most of these guys seeing Glover for the first time. And a little cutting action there with 92 for a strike. His arm's been pretty live since he came back. And he misses away, pulling it to that glove side, ball 3. You can't afford to walk the leadoff guy here. 3-1 pitch to a guy with power. And the Cardinals land the final punch of the night. 7-6. The Nats are walked off again. Hits for St. Louis, and the Nats were in it until the very final pitch. Rice hit a homer, Soto hit a homer. The Nats got 2 in the ninth, and the Cardinals win it, and they've won 6 in a row. For Michael and Dan, Bob Carpenter will try it again behind Gio tomorrow night. Coverage begins at 7:30 on Masson 2. This has been a presentation of Masson. Johnny and Ray straight ahead. Nats Extra post game. And from Busch Stadium, gonna have to pick ourselves up off the mat again. So long for just a while.